Alright, it's day number 176 of my accountability to myself, and I appreciate everyone's attention who watches this. Today, even though it's 10:30 p.m., I'm in a good mood to share with some things. I have some minor thoughts, it's not like some deep reflections, and also I would like to share what I've learned yesterday. And yeah, afterwards I will share with some of my reflections and overall about my day, because yeah, probably first I should mention about my day, because for example today I woke up at 7:20. For some reason I slept less than 8 hours again, so I have my statistic and we can see that it's like above 8 hours, it's like below 8 hours, it's like, oh wait, what am I showing? Wait, what? Oh shit, I was marking that I'm sleeping less than 7 hours. But yeah, imagine it's 8 hours, and so it's always below, a little below 7 hours. A little below 8 hours. So I would like to get actually more than 8 hours of sleeping, and at the same time I want to wake up earlier. So what is the solution? Exactly, to go to sleep earlier. Probably tomorrow I'm gonna fix it, and also I want to divide all the stuff I'm gonna do into blocks, because all right, let me mention first about sleeping, then about my day. So yesterday I studied that our energy, our ability to stay productive is organized in approximately 90 minutes, no, even more, 90 to 120 minutes of ultradian cycles. Ultradian cycles, are basically repeated biological rhythms that occurs throughout the day, and they affect your level of energy and level of your focus. What does basically means? So say you want to start studying or working, and you need to apply your brain. First 60 to 90 minutes you're at your peak, and you can be actually focused, and it's productive time if you're not distracted. And after that, like it's your first phase, it's like peak. After that, the second phase is it's decline phase between 15 and 30 minutes, when your productivity drops down, when you start getting distracted, you lose your attention. And then after this phase you need a recovery phase, basically meaning that you reached a fatigue stage, I would say, and then you need to recover, and then you need to break for like 10 to 20 minutes, and after that your energy recovers and you can start the cycle again, and basically throughout the day it moves like that. I'm pretty sure I forgot to mention something because it was pretty short. Well, oh yeah, how it basically works. So at the peak your brain is able to focus while studying or focusing on some information. Your brain uses energy, mostly it's glucose and neurotransmitters, meaning that your brain is supposed to process that information, and your brain is supposed to connect neurons between each other so this information can be transferred. Yeah, it happens for like 60 to 90 minutes, and then yeah, and that's it. And as you stay focused, your mental fatigue accumulates, and yeah, you're basically getting tired, and as a result your brain moves from active stage to recovery mode. So, and if you ignore those cycles, obviously your productivity is gonna drop. And I think it's one of the mistakes that I used to have when I studied for 6 to 9 hours per day, because I always had blocks of 3 hours. And it was noticeable that those 3 hours were not really that productive. Like it could be better because it's really hard to stay focused for 3 hours straight. And then sometimes, I'm staying 3 hours straight and then I just drink some water, 5 minutes, and I have a block of 3 hours more. And so it's almost like 6 hours straight. Yes, I had low-key hard exams last semester, but it's whatever. And that's why I want to have approach now to study 60 to 90 minutes. And also, yes, those ultradian cycles, they also work throughout the night. And basically, when you are falling asleep, is the first stage. It lasts for a couple of minutes. And for example, during the day, those ultradian cycles, they move like this from your peak, they go down and then recovery, and then they go up. When you sleep, it works on the contrary. It goes from the downside, or I don't know how to say it, from the bottom to it goes up, because it's like your first stage when you're falling asleep. It's also called REM. NREM, non-rapid eye movement. I will explain it a bit later. So it's the first stage when you're falling asleep. It takes a couple of minutes. Then you are going into deeper sleep. It goes up. It normally takes 15 to 25 minutes. And then you reach your deep sleeping. It's phase number 3. It lasts normally for about 40 minutes, I would say, more or less. And during this third stage, basically your body releases all the hormones, and you're getting your recovery. For example, if you go to the gym, your muscles are getting recovered. If you don't go to the gym, you just like restore your energy in general. And it lasts for, as I mentioned, 40 to 60 minutes, something like that, I think. And then it goes to another stage. It goes to stage REM, which means rapid eye movement. It's so weird because imagine you're sleeping and your eyes, they move. They literally move like this. Like that. You are sleeping, your eyes are closed, but I don't remember how this called, but under this part of your skin, your eyes are moving like that. And during that time, you're having your dreams. That's so cool, isn't it? And this stage is also important because this stage is in charge for your memory and for processing information that you got throughout the day. I don't remember how long it lasts. I think 10 to 15 minutes, something like that. And then the cycle again repeats, and throughout the night, the cycle goes 4 to 6 times, something like that. And so first 3 cycles are non-rapid eye movement, and one cycle is rapid eye movement. Yes, because in first 3 cycles your eyes are just closed and you are falling asleep and you're getting recovery. During the fourth phase, non-rapid eye movement, your eyes are moving, you are seeing your dreams, and some information goes in long-term memory, some information you're forgetting, and stuff like that. So why did I even mention about that? I don't know. But here's the thing. For example, when sometimes, for example, you sleep some longer than you used to sleep. For example, normally you sleep 7 hours and a half, and one day you are sleeping 8 hours 20. And when you sleep 8 hours 20, you feel more tired. Like when you wake up, you feel more groggy than when you sleep 7 hours and a half. It's most likely because when you sleep longer, another cycle starts and you wake up during the deep phase of sleeping. And every time when you wake up during phase of sleeping, you're so sleepy. Like it's the worst phase to wake up. The best is when you see your memory, when you see your dreams, during rapid eye movement. Rapid eye movement phase. Alright, so what I wanted to share with, because yesterday I studied it. Yesterday I spent 2 hours 20 minutes to learn this. And basically, let me show you. Because that's low-key crazy actually how hard it turned out to be, because I actually underestimated I was underestimating this. So for example, I decided to read all the I did deep research and I asked ChatGPT to provide me, all the information. Everything I just share with is this piece of information. I work with that 2 hours, and then 20 hours I spent for another paragraph, but I don't remember anything from that. And in total, that's what I have to work with. I think it's gonna take a lot of hours because scientific stuff is so hard to understand. You need to translate each third word, or not even translate. If you translate, you don't understand meaning. Even if you translate, you need to look for this meaning. You need to look up on Google or ask AI, what does this word mean? And the problem is that I also wanted to read researches. There are more than 424 researches included in everything. I don't think I will be able to read them. I hope I'm gonna go at least through a couple of them, but it's actually nice to remember this. And some information, as I mentioned, is really heavy because there are some terms and I have no idea what they mean. I look them up in Google and I still don't know what they mean. I ask ChatGPT, I'm getting a little clarification, then I start reading and again I don't understand what they mean. That's just insane. So maybe some of paragraphs I should skip because they're not that useful and they comprise too heavy formulation. This paragraph is just what I'm saying. This paragraph consists too heavy terms and too heavy scientific slang, or I don't know, scientific language. So it turned out to be a hard reading about researches and all this stuff. But alright, it is what it is. Why did I close my laptop? I didn't talk about everything. So it's something that I just wanted to mention about because I needed to repeat it, so make sure I actually remember this. Then, about my thoughts. First thing, you don't need to look what time is that. You need to put down your head and just execute. Meaning, sometimes I look at the time and I think how much I can get done till the end of the day. And sometimes it seems like, oh, I've got enough time so I can waste a little of time. Or, I just think when I watch series in French, it's wasting time, even though it actually helps me to understand better. So when I hear French, I feel that I recognize words better and I catch translation also better, but still I find it this waste of time. So I don't need to look what time is it. I need just to sit and to get done this stuff. Also, I realized what's the problem. Why I always feel lost. Probably because, well, because I'm just getting ready to be able to get some more serious get done. Wait, what did I say? So for example, studying, enhancing my English level, it's not something really useful. It's something that I should be able to possess of by default, high level of English, but I don't have it. That's why I need to spend time on that. Meaning, I cannot waste my time at all. Like when I read, like, why it's so hard to speak English? I don't understand why it works that way, but the more like the more I speak English, the harder it becomes to speak English. And I don't know why it's so annoying because sometimes I cannot express myself properly. And I don't understand what's the reason for that. What I mean. What I was talking about. Oh yeah, so every time when I want to waste my time or when I want to rest, it's actually time to study English. And the rest of the time I need to spend for something more potentially profitable. Specifically what? At least practicing to make content, because today I didn't try to record any short videos. First, I caught myself with an idea. I'm so bad. Like, probably I need to abandon this idea, but I'm not gonna abandon this. It's definitely something that I need to be able to do. To speak clearly in front of the camera and then maybe publish this content, something like that. Well, yeah, I'm just saying this thing about English because in the evening, for example, I spent almost 2 hours just writing sentences, working with some old words, for example, that I used to study 5 months ago, but I already forgot like 80% of those words. At least I don't apply them, but I would like to apply them. That's why I'm writing sentences, trying to put them deeper into my mind. And I spent almost 2 hours into, and that was so chilling. I was able to proceed to keep writing those, those sentences, to work with those words, but I just needed to have my dinner. So yeah. And English is actually a language that I need. It's like foundation that I can build everything on that. If I'm gonna go to work somewhere, if I'm gonna make content, if I'm gonna communicate with people, if I'm gonna speak somewhere on the stage, I need English for each of them. And I need to be articulate. All right. So why today is a great day? Because I woke up, I read a book for 30 minutes, I had my morning routine, I went through words that I studied yesterday in French, and then I went to the gym. It was 10:30 a.m. and I went to the gym which is far away. It took me 15 minutes to get there, but it was amazing workout because I meet up with my friend, and that's sort of catharsis, because every time when we train and we talk and then we talk after training, it makes me feel so lighter. I feel that he's a really nice interlocutor. It's the person who understands you, and it's the person with whom you can talk about everything. And it's so crazy. Like it's actually hard to explain. It's you need to actually to talk to that person. But it's so nice because it took 4 hours if I'm not mistaken. So I spent 1 hour to get to the gym. 4 hours we spent training and then talking after the gym. We talked about some very important topics to me. It was not really easy to, that there are some topics that I'm not talking about with almost anybody. Like there are probably two persons with who I could discuss those topics previously. Maybe one. So it was an important conversation to me, a nice conversation to me, and I'm really glad that I've got this kind of friend to spend time every now and then to talk and just to train. And also it was so nice when he came to the gym. He brought me some kind of drink. It was like a juice or something like that. I don't know, it's such a simple thing, but it feels so nice. So it's whatever, because like he brought juice for himself and he brought juice for me, and we like watching and drinking juice. So I was so glad again to have that workout, and I returned home at 4 p.m., which is so late. I had my breakfast at 5 p.m. Well, it is what it is. It's alright. And wait, I'm thinking about it. So I had my breakfast at 5 p.m. and I had my dinner at 8:30 p.m. including that I had my lunch. All right, doesn't matter. So yes, one of the things that I also put down regarding studying new words, don't just write down new words but also repeat them, please. I'm asking myself, don't just write down those words but also repeat them. I have lots of columns with words. I'm pretty sure I've got more than 1,000 words over the past 7 months. I don't repeat them. Never. It's a mistake. Why am I even creating this stuff? So that's why I decided I need to go through those words more frequently, and I think it's gonna be nice, and I need always keep them in my mind. So as a result, I can put them in my active vocabulary. So yeah. So, well, I think that's everything. It was just such a nice day. I don't have anything to say anymore. Oh, I wanted to schedule next week. Probably I'm gonna do this now. Probably I'm gonna do this tomorrow. Alright, I'm gonna schedule for tomorrow. That tomorrow morning I'm gonna schedule next week. Makes sense. Well, today I trained my arms though, and it was the day before the last day of my deload workout. So tomorrow I'm training legs, but it's like a deload workout, so I'm gonna do almost nothing. And in 2 days, bench press. We will see how it's going. All right, so I think I mentioned everything that I wanted to say, and well, yeah. Hope you want to sleep. So, without it being said, see you in the next one.